Okay, I think we're live. Um, I'm going to start calling these spontaneous messages of support, and I'm working on getting more concise with these spontaneous messages. As some of you know, I am in the process of moving. And I want to continue to offer you value and support through our YouTube channel. And as I was meditating on this today, it occurred to me that from now until probably the first couple weeks of April, the best way to do this is to just get on live when I have a few minutes and when the energy is right. So welcome if you're here with me. Welcome if you're catching the replay. The theme for today is the storm before the calm. And I look quickly at the transits, the I Ching human design transits for today and going into tomorrow. And the gate 36 is in its line 6 expression today. Its last expression. Let me make sure I have that correct. Yes, and tomorrow we go into the gate 25. So the 36 is known as a darkening of the light, and the 25 is known as innocence, accepting one's embodiment, accepting one's place in the spirit of oneself. So to me, in 36 is the darkening of the light is also can be known as chaos. If you have that gate in your human design chart, a lot of times you may push yourself to chaos or into chaos when you're afraid that you're going to be bored. So here we've been experiencing 6 days or so of the potential to push ourselves into chaos, and then we're going to break through tomorrow into a whole new theme. And these are the themes that when the sun moves into these gates, it illuminates a new theme. We're moving into this place of innocence. So the image that comes up for me, is collectively, at least, and I know in my life, and I'm inviting you to examine this in your life as well, where you may have been pushing these past few days or so into chaos, where you have been falling into chaotic patterns in an attempt to have the next new experience, and where you can begin to soften that so that you can open up to this new place of this new sense of acceptance that of your own spirit, and in a sense your own new beginning. So I think I am going to just launch into a meditation, into just a little bit of guidance around these energies that we're transitioning away from and into over the next couple days, so that you can just kind of set your energy. So this is actually, if you've been attending any of my energy alignment live streams, this is a lot of what we do during that. This is actually going to be a much shorter version of that, since I don't know that I will actually be able to take the time to do that before my move. So a little spontaneous message of support and during this time of transition from possibly chaos into a new acceptance of your own energy and of yourself, your spirit of yourself, and your innocence. And before I forget, let me just do the business. If you enjoy this and you are getting something from my channel, you're invited to subscribe. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'll talk about that a little later. But be sure to subscribe if you want more of this. So go ahead if you're not driving, not doing anything that requires your attention, and allow yourself to just settle into where you are. And you may feel like there's energy swirling around you, especially because at the time that we're live here, it is sort of midday on the East Coast of the US where I am. And if you're anywhere in your day of activity, you may be feeling energy that's kind of swirling around you, perhaps in chaotic patterns. Perhaps there has been a lot calling your attention lately. So just feel that. Feel where it takes your mind and attention, where that energy sort of draws you or has been drawing you into different situations in your life, different points of focus. And as you become aware of these places where your attention has been going, sort of freeze frame that connection between your mind, your perception, and where that energy is going. As though you sort of cast a lasso out there, and you've got a handle on or a connection to that energy of your attention, and then just pull it back. Pull it back into your head, pull it back into your body, wherever it is. If it's over here, if it's over there, just pull it right in. And take some deep breaths. And on your exhales, just allow these things that were calling your attention to just collapse and fall to the ground. They don't cease to exist, but they're not out there swirling around, begging for you to move your energy toward them. For now, they're just dormant on the ground. And take some deep breaths and infuse yourself with fresh life force. And now, if there have been places where maybe your subconscious, maybe the things that aren't at the forefront of your attention, but are kind of running um, behind the scenes in your mind, things like worries, things like concerns, things that you don't want to forget, stress, things that stress you, maybe even some of the beliefs that sort of run in the background. If you're aware of any of those things, I'm kind of seeing them like clouds, like those clouds that can circulate, that they're sort of nebulous. You can't really see them. Maybe it's kind of foggy, but you don't even realize you're in that fog of all of this stuff that's sort of not definable, that you can't, that's not tangible, but it's still there. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's just where you are, if you're emotionally defined, where you are on your emotional wave. It's not really tangible, it's just part of the movement of chemistry, of your body's chemistry. Just see that for what it is and become aware that these things circulate around us all the time. Some of these things don't belong to you, and you can ask those things in this fog or in this cloud that circulates around you. You can just take a deep breath, and when you exhale, intend and imagine that you're exhaling light out into this fog of these nebulous concerns. And that light is shedding light on what isn't yours. And as you shed light, those aspects around you, those aspects that have been darkening your view, just dissolve. And now, what's left is what's yours to elevate, to bring to a higher frequency. And I'm kind of seeing this like little gray swirls. You may see it differently. And as you take those deep breaths and you exhale out, continue to imagine that you're exhaling light that's swirling around you in these spirals, swirling around and intermingling with these spirals of your own innate genetic programming, your own innate things that are what you naturally exude, but maybe they're not in a frequency that is as high as it can be. So as you exhale light in these swirls, that light intermingles with those lower frequencies of what you naturally express. And as that light intermingles, it's raising the frequency of you. And just see that light swirling around and around and around and filling up everything that you're exuding into your aura. And feel yourself becoming lighter and lighter and lighter. And clearer and clearer and clearer. This is the light of your inner spirit. And this is you lightening yourself for the next step on your journey. And feel how fresh that feels. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, we are on the verge of the solstice, somewhere close to the solstice, the spring equinox. You can breathe in all of the freshness of the season and just allow that to contribute to this energy that we're about to move into of innocence, of this this acceptance of something new emerging from our spirits. Something that's filled with more love. And that exudes the essence of you and um, the highest frequencies that are your soul, your spirit, your um, your essence. So after the darkness and the chaos, there's always a dawn. And allow yourself to begin to at least be open to stepping into that. And if you're ready and you're frolicking through into that, feel the joy of that. Feel the lightness of that. So when you're ready, come back into your body, come back into your room. And I forgot to welcome those of you who jumped right on. Thank you for showing up and sticking with this live stream. Let's see if I have a message for you. Just going to, one of the things that I really love to do is to do oracle cards. And I don't actually have any sets right now because they're all in storage um, until after the move. So I'm using Colette Baron-Reid. So let's see what we get. Just for fun. It's always good to stop. I love to use the images of oracle cards, and I use them in a way where it's more about just having the inspiration from your psyche about what would be good for you to know next. And I'm just going to pull one from her wisdom of, can I do that? Let me see. Her wisdom of the oracle deck. You can find her at ColetteBaronReid.com. I'm just going to do one. You can get like the free 3-card spread for 3 of her cards. So let's see, what kind of a message do we need to have collectively moving forward? Okay. Flexible is the card for the day. Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's important. I think on that last spontaneous live stream, I was asking you, what's important to you? There's enough time for everything that's important. So what's important? So this kind of goes along with that. Being adaptable without compromising what's important. And certainly as we move into, the sun moves into the gate 25 of the spirit of self is very much on the top, at least on the top of my list of what's important. So it says here that a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane. Whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. Kind of like the darkening of the light of the chaos of the 36, right? This is how you know uh, this is how you need to be now. Willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. very much. I don't have my charts, but the gate 25 is one of the gates on the G center, which is a center for identity and self, and it's the identity of the spirit. So this very much speaks to this. So you need to be willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. And there's a relationship message and a prosperity message here. Um, let's see. Oh, hello. Anne and Marcia. Hello. Hola. Yeah, so since you guys are here, let me read the prosperity message and the relationship message, and let's see how that goes with this precipice that we're on, moving from the darkening of the light to the spirit of self, through the sun moving through and illuminating those two aspects of us this week. So, the relationship message: in every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have time to be right all the time, do you? That's what they're asking. It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. This is in relationship. So if you're in a relationship where there's been a lot of chaos, where there's been maybe some insecurity, some things like that that go with the 36. This card is asking you to compromise in certain ways where you don't compromise yourself. The appearance of this card is in a reading can also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice. So if this is ringing true, or if you're struggling in a relationship or you've met someone, go back and just listen to that again. So here's the prosperity message on this card of Colette Baron-Reid's card from the Wisdom of the Oracle, the flexible card. Even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who will share in it, and what will be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself, this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little. Enjoy the miraculous results. So, where are you being called this week to be flexible? Where are you being called to kind of bring light to the darkness, and to open up to more of the light that's you, in this spirit of flexibility, in this spirit of being able to stay light on your feet, to bend with the wind, and to move forward without compromising yourself. So I'm going to keep this short, because what did I call this? I forgot what I called these. It's a spontaneous message of support. I'm going to try to do 2 of these a week until I get through this move. The reason that I'm doing this instead uh, of the energy alignment live stream, and instead of the regular videos that I upload. And if I do have the energy and the time and the internet is a big part of it. Next week, we're not exactly sure where we're going to be living. So we'll be living somewhere. We'll be alive. I know that. Hopefully, we don't know that either. But, a- as it looks now, we probably will be somewhere, but I'm not quite sure about the consistency or the actual days and times when I'll have internet access and what that will be like. So, and right now I really don't have the bandwidth to do any human design meat and potatoes things, meat and potatoes videos. So bear with me there. I've got a whole list here of topics that I'm going to talk about when I get settled in the new office. Um, yeah, so you're waiting for mini balls to drop. Waiting, waiting, waiting. I don't know if you were on the beginning of this, but the visual I got, and was the of things calling our attention and them dropping to the ground. So you may want to go back and work through that energetically. Um, yeah. So uh, anyway, so one more thing before I go. Um, uh, we just hit 1,000 in our community here on YouTube. It hit at a time when I want to be able to offer you something special. I thought about maybe a Zoom conference where we could all get together and talk and kind of have a party or whatever. Um, or maybe $100 off a reading, something like that. I'd love to have your input, but I also want you to know that none of that is probably going to happen because I'm shutting my schedule down actually on Thursday for the next week or week and a half. So even if you ordered a reading, we wouldn't get to it for a week and a half at least. Uh, Let me know what you would like to do, if you have some ideas of some things you would like, and we will go from there because I do really want to celebrate 1,000. It's been quite a while coming, and I really appreciate all of you who have subscribed and shared my videos and liked my videos, and have hung out with me in this realm for a while. It means so much to me that you're here with me, and it's what kind of keeps me going and keeps me inspired to offer you content from my heart and things that will benefit your life. So go ahead and put those in the comments box after we uh, get off of here, because I don't want to, well, either way, just either in the chat or in the comments box, and I'll be sure to read your suggestions and your ideas of what you would like to, how you would like to celebrate 1,000 in our community. So that's it for our, what did I call it? our spontaneous, your spontaneous message of support for today. There will be more as I move forward. Hopefully I'll get another one done this week. And until the next time, be well, be light, be enlightened, and be your true innocent spirit as we walk into that tomorrow. So take care, everyone. Thank you for coming on.